Afternoon, everybody. Welcome to my channel if you're new. It's raw, real, and uncut, which is why the algorithm hates me. So, like and subscribe if you haven't. It is free to do so, and it helps these videos potentially reach other people they could possibly help. And if anything has been exceptionally helpful, like a bartender who gives good advice, tips are much appreciated. Links in the About section if you feel like tipping me, because inflation's killing me, like everybody else. Now, topic today, let's get on the INFJ train for a video, shall we? For my fellow INFJs out there, or for people seeking to better understand an INFJ who's in their life, one thing that INFJs do better than, everybody, and there's a lot of those, is we get tunnel vision. Now, an INFJ's tunnel vision can come in many different forms, but in essence, we get tunnel vision when we're pursuing something that we greatly desire, that we truly believe with everything we have, particularly our intuition, that it'll move our life to where we want it or very close to it. Because INFJs are very forward-thinking people. We are always working towards our end game, whatever that may be. That varies INFJ to INFJ, but for the most part, it's a pretty common one. I'll share mine. Unconditional love, a job that pays a decent living that allows one to make the world a better place in some way, and in my case it involves some sort of danger and adrenaline, because I do have a hero complex. Many INFJs do. And of course, residence in a progressive area that is not super cliquey and tribally like where I grew up. And those are my big three. So a lot of times I'm tunnel vision towards pursuing one of them. And this happens to a lot of INFJs because INFJs can go through long periods of doubt and feeling adrift. And that's very bad for us because, again, we're very forward-thinking people. We're working towards our goal. It's our goals that drive us, not the approval of other people. We don't really care about cliques or fitting in, this and that, But INFJ is really concerned about what you think about them. They're probably interested in you romantically. And if they are, chances are you're the only one they're interested in, because most INFJs, this one included, are demisexual, to where must have emotional connection to want to pursue someone romantically. And then once we develop that connection with somebody, we only can hold it with one person at a time. So that's a common thing of tunnel vision as well, because INFJs, most of us, value unconditional love above all else. We're one of those, dream girl, dream job. We're gonna pick girl, money, love, we're gonna pick love. But the way this tunnel vision works, and I can give a personal story from 2019, or it started at the end of 2018. So when I decided that, damn the odds, I was going to reclaim part of my identity, reclaim the thing that I had lost, the hole inside myself. And for those of you that aren't familiar with my channel, in 2006, when I was 19 years old, I was testing for various professional fire departments. I was hired by Arlington County, Virginia. I was actually the top of that list, despite not having veterans preference points. I was already a certified EMT, going to school for fire science at night, working full-time as an EMT at 19 years old, and being a model at the time. I was a gym rat. I was in phenomenal shape. And I went through the testing process and did ridiculously well. And then there were shenanigans going on. There was a corrupt employee in the county HR trying to get her boyfriend in, and she had to screw over a couple people to get to it, and she chose, who's young and lives out of state and doesn't know anybody in this area, and I was one of those people. Then the recession hit and there were hiring freezes, and then I was almost killed, and it took me a couple years to get the full use of my left leg back, because I had to have parts replaced and stuff. And long story short, anyway, 2018 rolls around. I'm miserable working at golf course management. I don't want to do it. I got nothing. I'm living at home because my mother had asked me to move back because my father was dying and she needed help, because my mother was 5'2", about 110 pounds, and the old man was 6'4", about 260. Yeah. So, and my brother was and is a man child. So, everything always fell to me, the black sheep. So during this time, I'm working and I'm going to the gym and stuff, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna pursue this. I don't care what people say, because where I grew up, a little too much backstory, but we're gonna go there anyway. Where I grew up, I refer to it often as the cult of status quoism, because around this area there is no like free will. You put in the work and the merit, and you chase what you want, and if you're willing to work hard enough, no, it's all about, well, who do you know, who is in the right place at the right time, and whatever, like basically if you need a job, what's available in that instant, that's the rest of your life. It doesn't matter if it's like, well, I've been working this other job and I hate it, and 2 years later the job I really want is now available. No, you got to stick with what you got. Everything happens for a reason. Change is bad. It's even worse with relationships. It's like, well, I'm with this narcissist, and it's like, but I just met my dream girl. Oh, you got 3 years put in with this crazy bitch. You just got to stick it out. You're just at the age where you settle down. It's like, but I'm miserable, and she lies. It's what it is. And the boomer logic from boomers who never left their hometown and owe everything they have to nepotism. So I disregard. Anyway, despite all that, I'm pursuing my dream. And at this time, 2018, am I in a relationship? No, I'm not. Okay, yeah, I was not dating someone at the time. Laser focused on, I'm getting hired I'm going to become a professional firefighter. That's going to give me that, allow me to live in an area where I want to live, give me decent money, working 2 24-hour shifts a week, give me time to pursue, my other interests and make the world a better place, particularly through the occult community. Perfect, right? I'm going for it. And I'm working 6 days a week and going through all that. I'm, working out and dragging myself to work. I was tired all the time, but I'm doing it. I was testing in 4 different states, in Pennsylvania and Maryland, Virginia, and Delaware, and DC, but that's one department. But, get hired, ironically, by the same department. So, and more shenanigans happened. This time I was targeted for being a witch and for being a progressive who supported female firefighters. So the Good Old Boys Club came for me with a vengeance. And, I actually had some allies, and we did the proper protocol and got them reported, and they had no choice but to remove these legacy men who, deserve everything because somebody else 40 years ago did something. So retaliation, of course. Having no fear, I go to the media, and I was forced to, well, actually I wasn't forced, but I made the choice, strongly urged, to sacrifice that career and make a stand against the Good Old Boys Club and make permanent changes. And I did. But the reason I bring all that up is because when an INFJ gets tunnel vision, that's how it is. That they are so focused on getting that one thing because they believe that one thing is their salvation. Especially if you're in a long period of NITI loops and you're thinking to yourself, like, this is something I've always wanted. This is the piece that's missing. And of course, INFJ is the older you get. We're like, I'm running out of time. I have to go after this with everything I have. We get this idea in our head when we get tunnel vision that, if nothing else, because we do always assume the worst, we have to know to be able to tell ourselves, I did everything I could. And that's difficult for us because we'll go to Herculean efforts for things that we truly want. Trust me, I've done it. Almost got killed. But, that's what it's like. So if an INFJ is pursuing a certain career, they see a sense of self-worth and identity within that. And if an INFJ is that adamant about pursuing a love interest, kid you not, they are head over heels in love with you, and they strongly see the potential of unconditional love there. Probably, depending on the age, I would say, especially if the INFJ is over 30, they definitely see you as a potential marriage partner, because even young INFJs don't pursue flings. It's not in our nature. Most of us are demisexual. That urge for random, sexual encounters just isn't there. We crave deep connection, and we do have a high sex drive. I did videos about it. You can find them. Maybe I'll put it at the end. But that high level of lust we have, it can only be for one person at a time, and it goes to spiritual levels. And we study things that most people don't. And INFJs in general are very esoteric. A lot of us are drawn to the occult, obviously myself. So understand when dealing with tunnel vision INFJs that there's no outrunning it, really. If you are tunnel vision towards something, like I said, be it a career, be it a love interest, you're not going to outrun it. People aren't going to talk you out of it. You might as well come up with a plan and go at it with everything you have. So then, win or lose, you're able to tell yourself you did everything you could, because what ifs haunt us. Haunt us more than most people. And, you don't want to live with those because, well, we struggle to sleep as it is. So there's that too, because all that overthinking and NITI loop stuff. And if you are somebody close to an INFJ, and you're getting frustrated with why they're tunnel visioned on something, sit down with the INFJ one-on-one and ask them. INFJs are very honest. If you ask us direct questions, we will answer you. But you can't ask vague questions and expect to fish for answers. Just be direct and don't interrogate us like with a group. You can interrogate us, but one-on-one kind of thing. So yes, INFJ tunnel vision can be frustrating. It can be your salvation when, because INFJs are willing to put in the work. However, one final point. It crushes us when we have tunnel vision on something, particularly if it's something that we've wanted for a while, or if someone else pushed us towards it and we're like, oh yeah, oh, good call, thanks for that. And the game is rigged from day one. In other words, no matter how much merit, how much effort, no matter how much we're willing to go above and beyond than everybody else, the game is rigged for somebody else because of nepotism or right place, right time, and all that fatalistic crap. Yeah, no. That is soul crushing us, and I've been in that situation more than once, more times than I'm willing to admit, in more categories than I'm willing to admit. So be aware of that. Don't try to manipulate an INFJ. We're unlucky, but we're vengeful, and we never forget, and we're good at getting revenge. So hopefully that's been enlightening about what INFJ tunnel vision's like, how it can drive you mad, what we deal with inside our head, and if you are an INFJ, let you know you're not alone. Please like and subscribe, support the channel, through tips if you can, and help the channel grow and help others. And INFJs, if you're tunnel visioned on something, give it all you got, because you know how it is with us, all or nothing.